All right, welcome into the Aces Loaded podcast, episode number 3. We're here with Blake Walston. You're our first lefty pitcher guest, so welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me.
East Coast guy, Wilmington, North Carolina. Tell me about your hometown.
Just having the beach there, and Whitesville Beach is a great location too. So just having all of that, and you got the beach here, and then 30 minutes away you got the woods there. So it's nice to have a little bit of diversity right there. So
you're an outdoors guy. You like to hunt too, right?
Oh yeah, I love hunting, love fishing. Got a couple boats. Yeah, so that's kind of what I do in the off season.
We were talking before we started here. You were a Redskins fan, now I guess Commanders fan a bit as they shifted into the new name.
Yeah.
You're close to, how far are you from Charlotte? Because I feel like maybe a Panthers fan? You didn't get into the Panthers at all?
I actually, when I was younger, I played at the Panthers Stadium. It was like one of the the Pop Warner things. So that was cool. But yeah, man, not really much of a Panthers fan. I don't know why. I guess my dad grew up a Commanders fan, as you'd say. But yeah, so I just kind of followed his footsteps. But now I just don't really care. I just love watching the game.
That's a good segue to your football career.
Yeah.
We can call you a star high school quarterback. How many years did you play varsity football for? Was it all 4?
So my first year I was actually a receiver in JV team, and then I got pulled up for the playoffs, and then after that, pretty much started halfway through my sophomore season. I was splitting time with one of my friends. He got hurt, and then after that, it was just pretty much me the whole entire time until I was a senior. And yeah, it was one hell of a ride for sure.
Were you a pocket passer, or did you scramble a bit?
We scrambled a lot. So yeah, I mean, I love throwing on the run too. Throwing on the run was fun. So we always had a bunch of plays set up for on the run throwing, and it was. I gotta say, it was very successful. So
yeah, I got some of your stats here actually. So you threw for 4,340 yards, 39 touchdowns. Is that career, or is that one season?
That was one season.
That was one season. That was junior year, wasn't it?
Yeah, junior year. So that was we actually went to states that year. Won states. We were the underdog too. We just kept beating these teams every game in the playoffs by the last second.
It's so cool.
It was unbelievable, unreal.
Where does that season, that experience rank in your sports moments throughout your career? Because that's more special, I think, than people realize.
Yeah, for sure. I think we went to states as well in baseball, and won twice, lost once. We had an unbelievable baseball team. But the football one was definitely the highlight of everything, really. It couldn't get any better. It was snowing. It was it was just cold, gritty, and we just freaking demolished this team.
That's
unreal.
Awesome. All right, so committed to NC State, ultimately go to the D-backs. What was that decision like, or was there even a decision to honor that commitment or sign with the D-backs?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I really was set on going to college, I think. With talking to my family and everything, we were pretty much really content with going to NC State, and I honestly thought I was going there I didn't think they were going to reach my number, any team was, because I didn't really see myself as that valued. But then the draft night came, and I don't know, it just all happened like that, really. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, I just decided to go with it, and now I'm here, AAA, 4 years later or whatever. So it's been going well.
You reflect on that. How do you feel about your decision?
Best decision ever, I think. I feel like if I would have went to college, I probably would have stirred myself down some different paths. But no, it's been a grind for sure, but it's taught me a lot of life lessons and everything, and it's really helped me kind of be the person I want to be. So yeah, it's great.
Draft night. Tell me about that. I want to circle back to that because it seems like that was kind of a key moment when the D-backs, when you heard your name called, were you expecting that? And what were the emotions that came with that?
Well, I knew the D-backs scout was really high on me. And, we talked a little bit, but I would never kind of, give him any information because I didn't want that to hurt my draft stock if that was the case. So yeah, draft came on. I was literally sitting in my garage. We have like a little man cave in our garage. And I was watching a movie, and my parents were watching the draft. I honestly cannot remember.
Moneyball, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with baseball. I just did not want to think about it, whatever. And I remember my agents calling me and was like, hey, like, if this guy gets picked, who actually turns out to be one of my really good friends now, his name's Greg Jones.
Okay.
They're like, hey, if he gets picked, I would be like, you're probably going to get picked very soon after. I was like, all right, whatever. Still watching my movie. I flip back to the draft.
It was this casual?
Yeah, it was so casual. And Greg Jones gets picked. And I'm like, holy crap.
You probably had that feeling right in your stomach. Like,
I did. I was like, oh, something's about to happen.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I'm walking inside and I get a phone call from my agents. And they're like, hey, the D-backs want to take you with the 26th pick. And like, I'm like looking at my parents, like I'm 17 at the time. I'm freaking out. But yeah, it was crazy experience. And then they were like, I was like, yeah, I guess so. And then they drafted me and went out and had a good time with my friends. It was awesome for sure.
You touched on this briefly, but your experience so far in pro ball, 4 years in, how has that been so far?
It's been a roller coaster for sure. Yeah. It's been crazy. I never was like moving away from home. It was very difficult for me at the beginning because I've always been such a homebody. But then I adapted to it, and like things started to get better. And then my best friend ended up, committed suicide. So that took another toll on me, and then I had to work my way through that. And, it kind of gave me a lot of motivation to be better and be the best I can be out there. So, with all said and done, I think it's all just been like a growing process of just becoming more mature, more of a better person, better human, better baseball player. So, but yeah, I think it's been a great building process for sure.
Yeah, you battled a ton last couple of years. How much of the Diamondbacks kind of had your back there throughout that whole process? Just a tough experience through the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean they've definitely helped me tremendously. I gotta thank all the people back home too that helped me get through all of it, and definitely my Lord and Savior, because I really feel like without him I probably wouldn't have gotten through all of it. I kind of just put all my trust in him and let him just take care of all my worries, and just keep grinding every day, motivated, stay focused, stay busy, like just try not to think about things like that and just keep moving forward. I think that's the best way to look at it. But yeah, it's been an awesome journey, crazy journey, honestly.
Early baseball days. What initially made you love the game? What'd you love about being on the mound and competing against your opponent?
So I never was always on the mound.
Right.
I played first base, outfield, all that stuff. I just love like being out there, and it gives you not something to do, but it gives you it gives me a purpose. I feel like, and I feel like that's what I'm here to do. I think, growing up in a small age and playing all different sports too, like I never really wanted to pick one.
Yeah.
So if I could, I'd pick all of them, but it just knowing that you're going to go out here and give it everything you got when you get on the mound every 5 days. It's just, it's just really to glorify him. So that's what it is.
Let's take it to your favorite movie now. And why is it Moneyball?
I don't know if it's Moneyball.
It is Moneyball.
Is it?
No, what is it? Favorite movie? It doesn't have to be baseball related. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh, man. I'm really not a movies person.
You guys keep giving me this hand. Buddy Kennedy the other day told me, he's like, hey, I don't really – couldn't give me a TV show. He said he watched SpongeBob as a kid. I was like, you got to give me something else.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I wasn't I'm not really a huge movie guy. I love like the TV episodes and whatnot. I think man, if people haven't watched the Yellowstone,
Oh, it's
unbelievable,
a great show.
Yeah, I've watched that probably like 10 times in a row. It's just like I want to live that lifestyle eventually. That's awesome.
That's your whole vibe too.
Yeah.
I guess we could set a movie. We could probably settle on whatever movie you were watching draft night, right?
Yeah,
That's gonna be just your favorite movie.
God, I don't even know what it was, but it was. Yeah, I probably wasn't even paying attention, just walking around the yard, swinging a golf club or something.
How's your golf game? Are you a good golfer? Now are you a lefty swing? You have lefty back. Lefty swing.
Yeah, lefty. I would say it was better in the past when I played more. But I don't play as much anymore. I wish I should, but I'll get back into it eventually.
That's okay. You can play as much as you want. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you doing this.
Appreciate it.
This is episode 3 of the Ace Loaded podcast with Blake Walston.